If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Jets, Jets. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick, produced in the background by show producer Cisco Lopez. Updated his resume. People want to hire him in every walk of life right now that he can add that. Now, I have to talk about it right away. Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen, Wayne Chrebet on the show, 7 o'clock. Set your reminders on your phone, your alarm, next to your bowl, your cigar, whatever you choose to enjoy on Sunday night. Come enjoy it here with us. Expecting really big numbers for this show. Want you guys to be a part of it. Of course, since it's Wayne Chrebet week here on the channel, we're going to discuss wide receivers tonight. We didn't even plan that. But we will talk Wayne a little bit, as well as projecting and taking a look ahead with DT into our wide receiver group. Surprises, projections, utilization. Oh my. We got that. We got much more. We have raffle entries doubled going through Sunday night. As of now, we have a Wayne Chrebet mini helmet, a Wayne Chrebet autographed jersey. And if the chat just says, let's get ballistic, we will add an autographed football in as well, folks. So you know what to do. Chat drives the show. TT's in the back. Blitz BK time. Turn it up.
Get ready for this All Jets Pro. Get ready for this all-time host. Get ready on your mark, set, go. Get ready, this is Nick Shine Show. Green and white nights, here the city locked in. Let's walk, Jets talk, another season with friends, another season with Glenn. I hope to see some more wins, I'm so seasoned with the pen. I hope we season the fins. We see brief, quick spins, release the beast from within. 20 shining like Nick, you know we gotta call in. You can make a couple Jets points, jokes in your spins, give away a couple memberships. If you ball in, he got gives away some deaths, plus his tunes are the best. Gives you plenty time to talk how to improve on these Jets. Win or lose, we don't sweat, we don't boo on these vets. Ain't no booze for this vet, but we boo on the press and then move on to the next. Every year, June to June, we talk New York Jets. This is Nick Shine time, this is New York's best. Might have lost his big toe, but never lost his breath and never lost his step, never.
Here we go, baby.
J-E-T-S! Jets! Let's go, baby!
Get ready for this All Jets Pro. Get ready for this all-time host. Get ready on your mark, set, go. Get ready, this the Nick Shine Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to connect with tonight's wide receiver. No, it's not Diana Rossini. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friend, DT. What's up, brother?
What a way to bring me on, Dad. That was great. Shout out to BK. Shout out to all the Shiners. I helped you kick off Kenny O'Brien week. Now we're back on Wayne Chrebet week. Dude, the summer of shine, dude. Like, I don't even need lights in my house. The outside light and your light is shining so bright. I'm so happy.
Shine bright like a diamond.
All right,
Shine bright like a diamond.
This is where Nick ruins it.
Wayne
but it's
Chrebet
okay.
week, dude. I'm celebrating everything today. Nothing can ruin this week. Absolutely nothing can ruin this week.
Dude,
Folks,
I said it to you offline. I'm so happy that Wayne is as cool of a person, if not even cooler than everybody imagine. So
Better.
like all the nice words people say about him, I'm so happy that everybody had a good time. Wish I could have been there, but I mean, everything looked amazing. Are you a Knicks fan, Nick Shine? Is that what I'm
No,
hearing?
no, but I
Oh,
am a
okay.
fan of anyone who in college defeated Duke, and UNLV did that. So Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I rooted very heavily for them back in the day. So Jay Reeves in the chat, suck it. He's a Duke fan. He's going to talk shit. He's typing right now to talk shit. Here it comes. He's going to be FUNC. That's exactly what he's going to type. So, come on, Clancy. That was just a dig at Jay. Clancy, that's not at you. You know you're my boy. I know you root for the same team, but sometimes my dig at Jay is not meant to go at anybody else. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Again, you're going to hit the like button. We're going to subscribe. We got subscribers popping in from all different avenues after all the connections we built this past weekend. We're expecting a huge crowd here Sunday night. I am very excited to bring you this program Sunday. But before we get to Sunday and we get to Wayne Chrebet and we get to the man that has Genergy's heart still, there was a hug heard around the world, and Genergy's heart may be in Wayne Chrebet's hands right now, and he's running around with it. So shout out to Jen. Seeing that moment was awesome. Seeing how happy she was. And then this morning she posted in the Discord, me and her had a hug as well. And she's like, all right, this was second best. Here we go. She's like, second best pick after Wayne, of course. And let's bring that up real quick. Bang, bang. Yeah, I watched her hug Wayne Chrebet. I'm like, I want a hug.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
And second best after Wayne is no consolation prize. That's a good job.
I mean, I'll take that. I'll take that. If I'm second to Wayne Chrebet, you know what? I'll tip my hat and say, sorry, you win the day, my good friend. And it's crazy that I call Wayne Chrebet a good friend. It's just great stuff with Wayne. But let's get into tonight's topic. What we're doing here on the show, for those of you just tuning in or coming back as we get closer to the season, we're doing a positional breakdown. Last week I had on Gunny. Tonight we got on, he broke down running backs for us. Tonight we got on DT for wide receivers. Last time he was on the show, he was talking a lot of defense. And the two of us, when we spoke, he's like, I don't want to do that again. I'm like, nope, you're back to offense where you belong, bro. Get off my side of the ball. So, DT, thank you for being here. Give me your thoughts. Let's build this up a little bit here, right? There was Garrett Wilson and a bunch of question marks for the last couple of years. Question marks with, did they even deserve to be in the league? Do they fit in the scheme? How are the quarterbacks going to get them the ball? What's their purpose? What's their role? I feel that Muji and Glenn put together a really concerted effort to answer some questions that we've had as fans about the position, about the utilization, about the depth, and about getting real fucking NFL talent. So give me your thoughts. Start off wherever you want, and let's see where it goes.
Yeah, it feels like for July and August for the New York Jets, not talking about in-season, mid-season, things that could have changed on the fly. For the last 5 years, I guess 4 since Garrett's been here, really, we know Garrett is good. We knew Garrett was good before he stepped on the field for the Jets, and then he only proved us right during that the Ravens game, right? That infamous 3rd and 9 where he broke like 4.5 tackles. We've always been solid with him. But outside of him, we've been wondering. And, I fell into the trap. I absolutely loved Elijah Moore. And I thought that he was going to be the guy that broke the second-round wide receiver curse. And I don't really care that he did the dog peeing celebration at Ole Miss. I think he's a good player, and he was a good player at times. And then we kind of orbit motioned him out of the league, and we were right back to where we started. It's like Garrett and who? And last year,
Who?
I remember doing the week 2 watch along with you.
Yeah.
And our wide receiver 2, Josh Reynolds, was not available in week 2. He played one game against Pittsburgh, and he was not available against Buffalo. And immediately, and I'm not saying he would have saved us against Buffalo in week 2, they were immediately hammering us in run defense from the corners and from the nickel spot.
They were blitzing from every angle.
And we didn't stop it. Like, we didn't bring in an extra tight end. We didn't keep backs in. We just decided to just let them do it to us the entire game until Justin Fields got a concussion. This year, while we don't know what they're going to be, Number 2 and number 3 are not Josh Reynolds and Tyler Johnson. All due respect to those guys. But like this year, we actually have names on paper, figures, bodies in the room that are going to do something. And we saw a glimpse of what one of them could do, and that's AD Mitchell.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know where you stand on who you think your wide receiver 2 is. I think it's AD Mitchell. I don't think it's Omar Cooper just yet.
I think it'll be play call specific. I think certain sets, there might be certain sets where it's Hall and Allen with the 2 tight ends and Garrett, and then you motion out Hall or you motion out Sadiq. It's not going to be a fantasy football. This is my 1. This is my 2. There might be times where Arian Smith is out there because you want someone to get deep. There might be times where AD Mitchell is out wide and Garrett's in your slot. You know what I mean? Hashtag Diana Rossini quotes. Now, I don't think it's just write it in Sharpie on the board. It could be matchup specific, game plan specific. You know, who can we, with all of this speed, take advantage of on the offense? So I think 1 week, Breece Hall might be second in targets. The next week, it might be Sadiq. The next week, it might be Cooper. I think Garrett's the constant, but that allows everybody else to have a role. And when you, there's no clear-cut answer. And I'm not trying to cop out of it. I think by the end of the year, if you want to go targets, it's Garrett, it's Hall, it's Sadiq.
Yeah. And I'm pretty much aligned there. And I know this is a wide receiver episode specifically, but when I say wide receiver 2, I guess I'm coming from the standpoint of like percentage of snaps, right? Like 11 personnel, we know AD Mitchell is going to be on the field. We actually don't know who that third guy is going to be. It could be Tim Patrick. It could be Isaiah Williams. It's probably going to be Omar Cooper, but it could be one of those other guys. We feel like it's always going to be Garrett and AD in 11 personnel. In 12 personnel, I think it's predominantly going to be AD Mitchell, which means to me, he's my wide receiver 2 in this exercise, right? Now, when you talk about targets, there could be 3 guys ahead of AD Mitchell in targets, but only 1 guy ahead of him in yards, right? Because he can take the top off. He can gain 22 yards a catch or 18 yards a catch, whatever it is. So I think AD is the 2, and Omar would be the 3. Now, do I think Omar starts as the 3? Probably not. I feel like Isaiah Williams starts as the 3 until Omar, because they do similar things, until Omar has his feet underneath him and can go. It's probably going to happen sooner rather than later. He was a first-round pick on a national championship undefeated team in Indiana. Yeah. He's a very smart player.
Yeah.
So you feel really strong about the 3 at the top, and then you get into questions 4, 5, and 6, but the questions don't start until 4, 5, or 6, right? We don't know what AD is going to be or what Omar is going to be, but we knew it was Garrett and nobody last year. Yeah. And it was Garrett and nobody when we had Aaron Rodgers until we got the dopamine hit of Devontae Adams. And then we saw what another talented wide receiver could do in this offense to the detriment of Garrett Wilson. This time, I think AD and Garrett are going to complement each other in the fact that Geno can throw it deep to AD, start getting safeties to peel off Garrett a little bit more. If you're playing single high and AD is running deep over the top and he has a good release package against your corner, that safety is going to have to nudge over to AD to defend the deep ball. Whereas then Garrett's just wide open on whatever he's running one-on-one, hopefully on the other side. So I feel a lot more confident. Last year, my confidence in this room was like a 2. Maybe they might have been like a bottom 3 position on the roster. This year, I have the wide receiver room as like the 4th best. And they've made upgrades everywhere else on the team, just like the same positions. But I just feel so much more confident with AD Omar as opposed to Reynolds and Josh Johnson. So right off the bat, way more confident, even though there's a lot of unquestioned, unknowns, right?
There are. And I mean, you make a lot of great points, as always. Shout out to Dylan Tereman. We'll have his link. Cisco, if we can pin his link or just post it in the chat. Now, Garrett's a Swiss Army knife, right? He can line up outside with a matchup that you like if it's not a physical corner. You can line him up in a slot. We want to see him releasing in motion a lot. AD Mitchell, I think in the beginning of the year, if you went by quarters, right? I know it's 17 games now, it screws up going by 4. It's stupid NFL, greedy money. But when you look at the first 4 games, I think Mitchell will be out there more often. Mm-hmm. And then when you get into that second group of 4 games, when you get into October, I think you're going to see Cooper's percentage start to come up. Mm-hmm. And then I think you're going to see Sadiq's percentage come up. You know, listen, we're still talking weapons, even though it's just wide receiver. But I think as they get comfortable, I expect AG to throw them into the fire. I really do. Like you drafted them both in the first round. I expect the weapons to get thrown into the fire and kind of like a sink or swim. And let's see what you got. And if you can hit right away, you hit. But Mitchell will be out there. Here's one thing I do love. They all can block, right? Cooper's physical. Cooper's not afraid to lay the shoulder.
Yep.
That might get Garrett Wilson some breaks. And then you get some packages out there where now we look like we're in a run situation with Ruckert, Sadiq, Taylor, Cooper, and then you come out and throw the ball a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I love the flexibility and the versatility of the wide receiver room. Mitchell's primarily your outside guy. He's not your Brandon Marshall, Keyshawn Johnson type of outside guy, but he's got that top end speed. Yeah. And if you can use the other guys like Garrett and everyone else to kind of work the safeties in the middle and you get one-on-one over the top, Gino's going to take that all day. Gino's not going to hold the ball like, what do I do? Like what we saw last year. He's going to throw the damn ball, right?
Yeah. There's a couple clips that came out from the Jets social media team in practice of Gino throwing deep balls to AD Mitchell. And the one, they didn't have helmets on. So it was like early on in the off season, and AD catches it. And then he finishes out his run and he starts smiling. And I quote tweeted it. I was like, he's smiling because he knows that those balls will still come on Sundays. It's not just Tuesday through Friday with Justin Fields in the walkthroughs and like against air, right? He knows he's going to get those on Sundays. And Geno Smith is that exact type of quarterback, like you said. He sees it, identifies it, reacts to it. He will throw the ball, whether it gets intercepted, whether it's 15 yards out of bounds, whether it's 10 yards short, whether it's right in AD's hands. Like he will put the ball out there.
The ball's going to be like Blitz BK song, Jets Take Flight. It's going to be in the air.
Yes.
Where it goes, nobody knows, but it's gonna come out. So, folks, we're with Dylan Tereman. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Again, all super chats, $5 up. Gifted memberships through Sunday are doubled for our Wayne Chrebet wheel. Very excited for Sunday night. Hope you join us. And if not, we're not friends anymore. That's all. Simple negotiation. Hard line in the sand. Well, we know the top three. You've mentioned that. Then there's question marks. And there's a couple guys who could be in the mix for some plays. And there's some guys who may have been in the mix in the past who may be in a roster battle. So give me your thoughts on the depth of the room overall and any projections that you have for who makes the roster and who doesn't going into training camp.
Yeah, kind of to piggyback off the top three, this was the range where it was like, okay, now we understand that there's going to be a lot of limitations. One of these guys is not going to be NFL caliber, but probably could make the team. And we'll get to the specific one here. But this always felt like if player X could just be our wide receiver 4 or wide receiver 5, that means that the rest feels better. So like now that we're in this group of players, I don't want to like speak so harshly about them because we know what they are, right? We're not relying on them to be good players. But I'll start with the first guy that I think has the biggest role, whether it's in the beginning, throughout the entirety of the season. I may have undersold what I thought this guy was going to do from an offensive perspective because of what he does on special teams, and that's Isaiah Williams. I feel like right now there's a package for Omar Cooper that Isaiah Williams is going to do for the month of September and kind of show the ropes. And then Cooper will get on the field more often. But Isaiah Williams is a little bit more than a gadget player based on all the reports. Anytime Geno Smith is in like a drive the ball period at practice, there's a pass to Isaiah Williams, a drive starter, shallow cross to Isaiah Williams. It's always just popping up a little bit more than I anticipated. So I'm not going to say that I was, I hate Isaiah Williams because I absolutely don't. I'm just a little nervous that his role on offense could get him injured for special teams. So that's why I was saying let's be a little bit more cautionary. But I do think they like him on offense. So I think he is wide receiver 4. And then we have Arian Smith. I don't know if he makes the roster, Nick. I'm really nervous about Arian Smith.
It's fair.
There is
it's fair.
There is
I keep hanging on one play with him, right? And it's the play in Cincinnati where he ran like a 25-yard comeback
Yes,
and Fields
yes.
hit him in stride. And I'm shaking Nicky. Like, that's what he can do.
Yes.
We never saw it again. Is it the quarterback play? Was it him? What was it? So now that Gino will, like as we all agree, will get the ball downfield, this gives Arian Smith his best opportunity to use his skill set day after day after day. And if you can't make it here with Gino, who will air it out and take shots, you're just not cut out for the league, in my opinion. Granted, he might bounce around somewhere else and get an opportunity, but with these cast of characters you have in front of you and the quarterback's mentality of getting the ball downfield, this is your best chance to shine, pun intended.
Hell yeah. And like I started by saying I don't know if he makes the 53. The one path that he has, I don't know. Maybe we'll kind of poll the audience at this point. Outside of AD Mitchell, what wide receiver that we've at least talked about so far has that same downfield vertical ability? Now, Arian Smith at the catch point is a little bit questionable. We understand that. But I mean, they had the guy playing gunner, right? It was like Usain Bolt playing soccer. Like, just put him in a straight line, he can make the run, and whatever happens, happens. Arian Smith did that on special teams. If they could tap into that on offense, and then he's better at the catch point, Gino is that saving grace quarterback for Arian Smith to make the roster. Now, the negative, there's 31 other teams that have to cut down from whatever it is, 90 to 53 plus the practice squad. How many of those players that get cut at the wide receiver position are going to be better as a wide receiver than Arian Smith? Maybe he's a better gunner on special teams. That's a little bit easier replaced, right? So does Arian Smith get beat out by a street free agent who gets cut and we claim on waivers? That's a bit of my worry. But like you said, Gino with the deep throwing ability works well with him. I have to see it, and I'm very nervous. So to me, I want to say he's wide receiver 6, right? And then there's one more guy that we haven't talked about, Tim Patrick. I don't know what to think.
Wide receiver 6 is normally where you slide in the guy who can be a special teamer.
Yes.
Irv Charles was a wide receiver 6. He got some snaps when other guys got injured. You know, there's been many other guys throughout the years who you find your niche in specials, but you're labeled as the wide receiver and you just happen to keep 6 wide receivers. So,
and being a run-heavy team or a supposed run-heavy team, is 6 the cutoff? Is 5 the cutoff? Like, where is the 53-man cutoff where they're like, we'd rather just try to get 3 guys, Arian Smith included, back on our practice squad and just rotate them in as needed? Or are they just going to keep 6, maybe even 7? Like, we don't know how many they're going to keep on the roster. So that leads me to this guy, my wide receiver, I guess 5. I just don't know what to think about him. He was so good. I believe it was the COVID years in Denver. He had back-to-back 700-plus yard seasons.
Making big plays all the time, like pivotal game-changing moments
plays.
From what I remember.
My one buddy's a Broncos fan. Shout out to Alex. And I remember, like, we talked about, like, these were conversations we had, like, during COVID years. We were like, are we picking up Tim Patrick in fantasy? Like, this is where we're at right now. And then he had 2 devastating leg injuries, and it was really unfortunate for him. Obviously, he's kind of back. He hasn't really done much since, I believe, Jacksonville was the last team he was on?
I believe so.
From a size perspective, he, to me, would be the backup X to AD Mitchell. I don't see a need, and I know that they kind of, like, talked about his versatility playing in the slot when he was signed. Like, I know all the beat reporters like, he has inside-outside versatility, shout out Kyle Clifton, but I don't know if I want him in the slot. Like, I would rather have Garrett, Omar, Isaiah, even Arian Smith in the slot over Tim Patrick. So, like, I feel like he's just the backup X receiver.
You might see it sometimes where they go with, let's put in the bigger bodies and run that stretch run where you block down on the linebacker at the end and then you pull Tittman around the outside.
I was just going to say the run blocking with Tim Patrick, I don't know about. But if that is what he brings to the table, then perfectly fine. You are going to be on the field. Maybe him and AD are on the field, or him and Omar Cooper, so that Garrett and AD can take a break in certain packages. Like, you talked about it, the versatility. They have immense more versatility in this room than they did last year. Everybody knew if something happened to Garrett, we were cooked. This year, yes, if Garrett got hurt, we are screwed in totality. No, we know that, but we're not entirely screwed. Like, you can still evaluate with AD and Omar, Isaiah, Patrick, and Aaron. Like, you can still do that. You couldn't do that last year, especially with the quarterback play. So the versatility is definitely a lot better.
So Tim Patrick from Jets X Factor. There's two reasons that the Jets signed him. It's for depth, and he's also very good. He has a 60 grade in run blocking, which is above league average.
Yep, that's true.
And some of the comments are he's got a dog mentality. He's 6'4", 200. He plays with a highly physical dog mentality that allows him to successfully lock onto linebackers, safety, and cornerbacks. Scheme flexibility, his large frame and willingness to block allow offensive coordinators to deploy heavy sets effectively, which opens up the play action in the passing game. So we don't really have that, right? Arian Smith's not doing that. Garrett's not doing that.
Is he our best blocker?
Garrett's making business decisions, right?
Yeah.
He might be, and you can always find a role in the NFL if you're willing to do things that others aren't at your position or others aren't capable of doing. And do we plan on running the ball a lot? Yeah, I really, truly think we do. So I think that there is a role for him on this roster. Now, if somebody steps up and just plays so great at wide receiver, okay, and then you're not upset if you got to get rid of Tim Patrick at the end of August or beginning of September.
Yeah.
But I think with what he can do, even if he catches 15 balls, but he is highly effective as a run blocker at wide receiver, you take that. If he ends up the season with 2 touchdowns because you bring him in run blocking sets and then you sneak him out where he fakes coming in on the end and then he zigs to the corner and you slant Garrett behind him on the outside and he races to the pylon on like a little semi rollout. Now you found a little niche for him, right? Like, you're not putting him in one-on-one situations. It's scheme, it's play act, it's repetitive play calling of pounding the rock. Oh, we're at the 4-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. We're going to run the ball. Nope. Watch this. So he could find a very small role in the offense, but it could be pivotal having that guy who can block. And if you can get Tippmann or Membu pulling out around the outside and getting them in space on a cornerback or a safety and Brees or Braylon with a full head of steam, you'll take that 10 times out of 10, right? I think we'd like those results.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's funny you said 2 touchdowns. I was hoping that you would throw in a yards prediction somewhere in there, because when I was on the fly just writing down some numbers for all the wide receivers, Tim Patrick, 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then you add in what he could do in the run blocking.
Yeah.
And it seems like
that might lead to 5 touchdowns run blocking.
Yeah, I was just going to say, how many of those touchdowns can be attributed because he had a nice crack block, and then, like you said, a swing tackle was able to come out into space, get open, and they had the edge cleared by Tim Patrick. So, again, I'm not going to go crazy about Tim Patrick. I was a little weird by the signing, but I understand it because they are very small. Outside of AD,
look at the rest of the room, though, you kind of can look at it like, all right, I see your plan here.
Yes, and from a usage functionality standpoint, the only person I guess I'd be worried about taking his role, again, a very small niche role, would be Omar Cooper. If Omar Cooper gave you 70% of what Tim Patrick did as a blocker, perhaps you feel like Omar Cooper can go into certain packages instead of Patrick. But yeah, I think in September specifically, while we're waiting to see the rookie pass catchers emerge, him and Sadiq, we are going to see a little bit more of Isaiah and Tim Patrick. Probably not Arian Smith a ton, but yeah, 3-yard touchdowns. You just get over the ball and sit down, and you could just put your big body up in the red zone. He's going to stumble into a couple yards and a couple touchdowns, and that's perfectly fine when you add in the run blocking ability.
Yeah, shout out to Cisco who made this. We got
the Davie Police Department, apparently.
Yeah, that's who stops Gino quite often. But you know who can stop Derek, the Kansas Jet fan? Forgive me, nobody. Ladies and gentlemen, Derek gifted our first membership of the night. Thank you, Derek. Yours went to, I lost it. It's back. E.D. Vargas. That is comedy that you can't get anywhere else in the world. I lost it. It's back. And then I have to say the initials E.D. Ladies and gentlemen, you are getting fantastic comedy here on the Nick Shine Show. Unplanned, as always. Thank you, Derek. You're in the raffle for 2 more entries for Sunday night. Now, looking at the poll here with Arian Smith, I asked the chat, does he make the roster? Almost 75% say yes.
Okay. Yeah. And right now it's easier to say yes than it is no, right? Because we haven't seen that other name to combat at cutdown day. That's going to be a battle for the pro department, I guess the pro scouting department is what you would call them, and Muji and all of those guys to deliberate in August about. But yeah, I would say right now 75, I would even say 85% chance he's on the roster today. We don't know what's going to happen in camp, but yeah, I do think 4th round pick, they're going to want to hold on to him. They're going to want to give him an opportunity. Yeah. And honestly, at worst, if they keep 6 wide receivers, even if they keep 7, they add 1 and they don't cut Arian, he's going to be a very good player on special teams. We saw good plays on special teams. I thought the play you were going to bring up, and it was the Bengals play ultimately, I thought it was going to be where he downed the punt inside the 5-yard line. And I'm like, it's unfortunate we're saying that about a wide receiver, but he did make good plays on special teams. So they might not just kick him to the curb.
Wasn't that Isaiah Williams in Miami?
No. When he downed the punt inside the 5.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm thinking the receiving it.
Yeah, no. Like Isaiah did all the receiving. But yeah, he had a nice punt where he downed it inside the 5. And I think he had another one where he tipped it out to Malachi Moore or something. But his plays came on special teams.
Listen, so you got him with his speed on one side and you have Stickers on the other side. Yeah. I like those gunners. And we saw last year how great this special teams unit can be.
Yep.
And I don't know if you want to really shake that up. You shook it up enough with the kicking situation, which none of us are really confident in going into camp. But at wide receiver, I think that if your top 3 are set in stone, right? You got Garrett, you got Cooper, you got AD, whatever order you want to put 2 and 3 in, that's fine. And then I think the next block is Isaiah Williams because of his elite special team play last year, even after the bonehead play in Miami and everyone wanted his head on a platter. Now, all of a sudden, you're looking at Isaiah Williams where shout out to Banjo and AG for having the wherewithal to say, you know what, we're cutting you, but we're going to bring you back. And when you brought him back, man, he came in like Denzel Washington, man on fire. He was just really perfect.
He had an excellent
you see everything with the evolution of him advancing and maybe getting wide receiver reps and getting plays out there. I think that's your 4. Now you get the 5. Is it Arian Smith? Is it Tim Patrick? Is a sleeper or somebody who's not even on the roster yet?
Right.
But I think that it's nice to have your top 4 solidified, and it's not a Denzel Mims. It's not a Stephen Hill. It's not guys where we're like rolling our eyes. I think that these top 4 wide receivers can be impactful with the ball in their hands. I think they can really make things happen. I think defensive coordinators for the first time in quite a while are going to be up at night figuring out how to stop the New York Jets.
Yeah.
We're not used to that. Like, I don't know if Garrett Wilson and Devontae, but we won 5 games, so they figured out how to do it, right?
Yeah.
So, exactly. I mean, this could be a really exciting offense, and the wide receivers could be the unit that makes everything else go. Because if these guys are able to make plays everywhere and get downfield, now you're opening up for your tight ends underneath, your tight ends in the seam. You're opening up swing passes. Opening up a lot because the threat of the passing attack and the threat of the New York Jets wide receivers really could put a scare into people, dude. And that I don't think I'm crazy to say that.
No, I think it was like the first week of free agency, maybe a little bit after free agency. I remember I was on my channel and I asked the question. I said, "Who do you cover? How do you play man coverage against this offense?" Right.
Yeah.
And we'll just go with a basic five man setup. Garrett, AD, Omar, Sadiq, and Brees. Who do you focus your attention on?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Garrett.
The referee in the end zone going like this.
Seriously, like, I don't want to sound like a complete Jets homer. And I understand that, like, Garrett and AD
guy. I fucking love him. I hate him, but I love him. He's like our new Modine.
He is something else. Shout out,
He's great. I love him, but goddamn, I want to give him a noogie.
Yeah, right. But seriously, like, how how do you play man coverage effectively against this team? And that's not talking about Mason Taylor or Isaiah Williams or Braylon Allen, right? Like those are 3 other players. So now you have eight different guys. So we spoke about the versatility, we spoke about the confidence that we have in them. Now when you actually put them out on the field, how do they man up against it? Like playing man-to-man coverage against the Jets might actually be devastating. And then you have Geno Smith. Like, can we have the Henry Ruggs play for us at the end of the game where we just get cooked and we send him deep and he catches the pass? No, you know what I'm talking about. The Greg Williams cover 0. Like, can we have that for us like one time? And I feel like this might be the offense to do it. So I don't want to get too crazy. And Garrett and AD are probably like Temu, Jamar, and T. Higgins. But like, we'll take Temu, Jamar, and T. Higgins because all we've ever had was
as long as you have Raymore Flanagan offensive line.
And we do. We do. So I'm excited. I feel like there's a lot of reason for optimism, and I'm glad that we got to talk about wide receivers because that it gets me fired up. Somebody commented it right away. They're like, Dylan sounds fired up to talk about wide receivers, and I was like, I get what you're saying, but like I am. I love wide receivers. Yes, Rossini.
Diana Rossini quotes. Also, her on the cruise 4th of July week. What a wide receiver she was trucking. Did not see that coming in. Listen, it happens, folks. Sometimes we're going to discuss things that need to be discussed, either pop culture, life, whatever the case may be. But yeah. Yep. Shout out to Bill. Again, thank you everybody who contributed to help Bill out and keep a roof over our boy's head. Bill, I think the community stepped up and really showed you a lot of love, man. And I'm happy to be part of that group. So shout out to Bill. And everyone who helped Bill for that matter. Now, I got you. So we're going to talk some other things too, but thank you for the wide receiver break. Oh, wait, couple quick questions.
Mm-hmm.
Next to Garrett Wilson, right? It's the easy question, yards, touchdowns, receptions. Which wide receiver has the most receptions? It's not easy, right?
I want to say Omar Cooper.
Okay.
I think AD Mitchell will have a higher yards per catch, and he should. But I think Omar is going to eat in the underneath stuff. So it might be a little bit of a late bloom. Like I said, Isaiah Williams taking his role at first. But like even if it starts at week 3 or 4, I do think Omar Cooper on like those under routes and like those short curls and like quick hitting routes where he can get the ball and then run later. I think he can eat up receptions and like he'll have a game where he'll have like 8, and AD might have 2 or 3. So I do think the yards will be close, maybe favoring AD, but the receptions, I want to say Omar, and it's very hard because I still think
he might get like 5 shuffle passes, right? He might stack some easy catches, Cooper, because the way they're going to utilize him. But AD, I agree with both. In terms of wide receivers, Cooper catches, AD Mitchell yards, touchdowns.
And the issue is, you asked me what receiver outside of Garrett. So like, I'm not saying Omar is going to be second on the team in receptions. I don't even think he will be third on the
just
team
the wide receiver room
in reception. There's a chance that Garrett and one other receiver are our entire top 5.
Agreed.
And then you have 2 tight ends and a running back in there.
Yes.
And we know the names
100%
of those guys.
agreed.
Like if it's AD Mitchell at 5, Taylor, Sadiq, Brees, Garrett, I'm not surprised.
I would expect that actually.
Yes. Yeah. Especially
now, there might be weeks where you said Cooper, they got a bad corner. Maybe they're playing the Colts, a guy like Sauce who can't tackle, and you just feed the ball to him in space and say, go ahead, try to bring Cooper to the ground, because you saw in college it was very difficult to do. And not just with his maneuverability, his physicality. It's a great combination. When we first drafted Cooper, I've been saying he's Santana Moss, but more physical. Lavernius Coles, right? He's got great footwork, and he is a truck, and he's very difficult to bring down. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you want more thoughts on the wide receiver room, we will have Wayne Chrebet on the show Sunday night, 7 p.m. And of course, we're going to ask Wayne Chrebet about the current state of the wide receiver room. So we got DT Wayne Chrebet's got a tough act to follow here, man, with you. So if Wayne, if you're watching, man, it'd be time to do a little homework, brother.
I disagreed with the person that said it, but somebody said I had the chiseled Wayne Chrebet jawline, and I'm like, you're giving me way too much credit on this camera. But if I shaved this little dilly goat thing that I have going on here on my chin, then maybe. But like, I don't know. Wayne's
I
a
thought you
handsome
fell
guy.
in one of your golf divots. I thought that's what that was on your chin. But
I was
look at
replacing the
Chrebet's
divot.
hands, dude. I'm 6'3", 217. I'm a big dude. His hands his forearm looks like a sledgehammer next to mine. Yes, it is AI, but it's his actual photo that I have with him from the other day. Like, This is not anything. And we were very specific with making sure that this was the authentic photo. There's nothing adjusted here. He's just remarkably strong. Have you heard the story about him shoulder chucking me?
No, I was a little bit.
After we're done playing blackjack,
with your good looks.
Yeah, well, after we're done playing blackjack, we're walking through the casino, and he just shoulder chucks me and sends me like flying. I'm like, "What the hell was that for?" He's like, I guess I'll do your show now. I go, "You were doing the show anyway. That was totally necessary." I'm yelling and scolding Wayne Chrebet in the middle of a casino.
That's
Wyatt is in the chat. He could testify to the whole thing. Like, I'm literally yelling at Wayne, like, what the hell was that?
That's like the scene in Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends? Like, that's that moment that you and Wayne just had. He's just a little friendly shoulder. That's great. Of course I'll do the show. Yeah. I just chucked you halfway across.
You could just said it. But he's wheeling a suitcase and then just wham. And like, I'm hopping to the side, almost into a slot machine, almost took out an Asian family. Like, there was like a whole big thing, and I just start yelling at him, playfully, of course. But
look at you,
I hope to God that the chemistry that we had hanging out on Sunday comes off on air. As like, I'm very excited for Sunday.
I love this. I love seeing you fired up. I'm so happy that you guys were able to connect.
Right. Snowball said it was totally uncalled for. But you shouldn't yell at Wayne.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Wayne was completely in the wrong. We'll all agree, but we don't need to say anything about it. Just say, "I'm sorry for getting in your way, Wayne."
Peter Castro, what's up, brother? He banged into the great Nick Shine. I'll take the hit. It's worth it because one of the things that he's very big on is memories. That's a memory that I will have for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Hanging out with Wayne, walking through a casino, playing blackjack with him, the conversations, and the bruising that I have on the whole side of my body. But
shout out,
Joe Holmes. I was going to say it out loud, but I don't need to when you're here. They love casinos. Make good money. But all right, give me your thoughts on. You had a tweet, and I brought up this tweet the other day. About Mike Francesa. It's 2026. Are we still listening to Mike Francesa? I gave you credit. I said it on air. I'm paraphrasing. Yes. Now, I will say this. I think what he said, we've all kind of been on board with, right? Like, I don't think it's breaking news that he said this, but it's not a fan. It's not a YouTube show. It's not the chat. Not that I don't respect everyone and anyone's opinion here. But now you're getting it on a bigger platform where people are like, hey, man, with what Muji's doing over there, people around the league are taking notice. And if it doesn't work out with Aaron Glenn, the Jets could be in a really good position to have their general manager in place in a year with 3 first-round picks. And if it's a year that you got to move on from the coach, you could have 4 of the top 35, 36 picks. This is going to be a destination where people and hot coaches are going to want to be. So give me your thoughts on Muji and the story, the evolution of Muji, and just where you think he's at job-wise.
Yeah, before we even get to the likability of the Jets in a coaching search, I think we have to lay out a couple of common knowledge facts about the NFL. When you look at, in my opinion at least, head coach, quarterback, GM, One of them has a clear-cut, easy job comparatively to the other two. And I think GM has the easiest job of the three. You speak to the media the least. You're behind the scenes the most. You have the most people behind you helping you do your work, right? Coaching staff versus front office staff.
Aside from Diana Rossini. You have the most people behind you helping you do your work. Aside from Diana Rossini. That one was for you, Cisco. I see you fist pumping in the back.
Absolutely. So I will say that it is easier for the GM to get his job done.
Yeah.
It is easier for fans, whether we host podcasts like you and I, whether we come out from under our rock from September to January, and then we go right back underneath it. It is a lot easier to like the moves a general manager did as opposed to a head coach. Again, media availability. And I've said this specifically about our regime. It always feels like AG says 2 or 3 sentences too much, and Darren Muji says 2 or 3 sentences not enough. And that, again, makes it very easy to like Darren Muji over Aaron Glenn.
You're the antithesis of the head coach, right?
You want to like what AG starts the conversation off with, but then by like sentence 4, 5, and 6, it's like, dog, like just should have just cut it, had a good quote, and then moved on to the next part. Muji cuts it really.
So you're saying Aaron Glenn at the mic is kind of like a beast calling?
Oh, 100% like a beast calling.
Where is this going to go? Where is it going to end?
You don't know. You're like kind of like, okay, I got to have my pen and paper out because we don't know. The camera's always rolling. Like you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Which is a bad.
But unfortunately, the Jets PR team doesn't have their finger on the remove button like Jake does.
Yeah. They can start glitching out with the YouTube stream and this and that, but yeah. So I do think.
Let me ask you this, because as you were saying this, the thought popped into my head. They always say with offensive linemen, if they're not talking about you, it's a good thing. Can you can use that analogy towards the general manager, right? Like if you're not talking about the general manager, he's doing a good job. You know, we've had McCagnon, we've had Idzik, we've had Joe Douglas. They have been the storyline. They have been heavily critiqued. Aside from the quarterback position, which we all know is going to get rectified next year, I think that when you look at Muji, you got to like where this roster is compared to where it was last January. And it's a good thing he's not getting talked about, right?
Yeah, he's not getting talked about in the conversations of like, wow, what if the Jets didn't do this with this player? What could they have actually had been, right? Like, could you imagine if Sauce Gardner was traded or Quinnen Williams was traded and all of a sudden one of those teams won the Super Bowl or even made it to the playoffs? Like, we got kind of lucky that Denver or Dallas, right? We got a little lucky that Dallas and Indy completely flamed out to spare us that narrative. But then, yes, you look at the rest of the moves that you make, and Darren Muji is not talked about in those same narrative type of ways as McCagnon is. Whereas you're getting a little bit, I don't want to say too much of the other way, but like how much praise is also a little negative on a GM. I guess maybe not that much, right? But now we're getting external praise for Darren Muji. So it's almost going the opposite way where it was like, you know, hell raining down to all of a sudden bright lights through the clouds. Like we're getting, so
I think he's bought enough favor with Jets fans.
Yes. And I was
to allow him to get to Washington, D.C. next year with 3 first-rounders.
Yes.
And let's get the quarterback. I think that
unless they have 2 or
even
3
the
wins,
most impatient, slam your fist on the table, talk about the playoff drought. I think even that lunatic Jet fan can look at Darren Muji and say, I don't agree with it. I wish we got a quarterback sooner, but I really think the team is being structured to bring that quarterback in and do something the Jets never do, Dylan. Give a young quarterback a chance to succeed. And Muji's patience, as calculating as he's been, and getting Briggs and Phillips and Brownlee and moving Quinnen and moving Sauce and getting A.D. Mitchell back and all the other moves he's done, I think we're all a little excited to see how does he approach next offseason. And the crowning moment for him will be, who do you select? How do you select? When do you select the quarterback next year?
Yep. And although I did preface the entire conversation by saying his job is easier and it's a lot more of a likable position from the fan base, it's clear. Of the three major positions, GM, head coach, quarterback, one of the three did their job a hell of a lot better than the other two in 2025 and in the beginning part of 2026. Now, we hope and we think that the head coach can change things around, and we hope and think that the quarterback is going to change things around from last year. But the constant has been that Muji has done a very good job ever since he took the GM spot for the Jets. So, yes, I see a world where Muji is kept and leads the head coaching search.
Yeah.
I also do see a world where both of them are here in 2027, and they both get to choose that quarterback. Now, 3 wins, I don't care about any of the trades. I don't care.
You're gone by the bye week.
Yes. 3 wins is a joke. We can't have 3 wins.
You're 3-9 going into the bye. You're done.
And honestly, for as good as he may or may not be through this 2-year process, if we do cut ties, I don't care to go watch him be an executive somewhere else and have a little bit more success than he did with the Jets. It's not going to be like, oh my God, like how could we have fired Darren Muji? He's like the best of the best. Like, no, we'll know by his next job. If he doesn't get a GM job next time, we know that what the league thinks, right? Maybe eventually, but I don't think he's the one that's like, oh my God, we lost out on Darren Muji. If we have 2 back-to-back 3-win seasons and you had 3 first-round picks, I don't know if I can trust you to make the next 3. So I see a world where he is back and AG is not. I hope to see the world where they're both back. 3 wins, nobody should be back.
Agreed. Now, here's a comment, and I just want to preface this with, I am having fun with this. I am not being malicious or evil with this, but Yo Holmes, who did you want him to get? He built the roster up. He solidified the tackles on the offensive line. He got 3 weapons. He got a first and a second round tight end. He's got a round 1, a round 2, and a round 1 wide receiver on the offense. He extends Breece Hall. He extends Joe Tippmann. He's got Braylon Allen and Davis. Give me who you wanted that he didn't get that you're so angry about. He went for Justin Fields, who last year was the top free agent quarterback available. He got him. Fields fell flat on his face. We all know that. Who in last year's draft or this year's draft, because Simpson was gone, who did you want that you were so upset he didn't go and get? Give me a name instead of just saying 3 years to get a legit QB. Justin Fields was a legit QB. He was a low-end legit QB, but all of a sudden he failed last year and fell flat on his face. Geno Smith is a legit passer of the football. No one can argue that. Decision-making might be a little off at times, but with an offensive line and with a good running game, but if you're going to critique him and say he hasn't gotten the quarterback, he's not passing on Drew Brees. He's not passing on Peyton Manning at the top of the draft. Give me somebody that you are so upset he didn't go and get. There hasn't been a guy. He got the best passer of the football each of the last 2 seasons as a free agent. He didn't reach in the draft for a guy that nobody wanted in Ty Simpson. He didn't give up draft capital to jump up and get that guy. No, Yo Holmes, don't misconstrue what I'm saying, my friend. I'm saying that it's the best of a bad option, but I'm saying who were the better options that you're so upset about?
Yeah, the names that I kind of come back
Carly
to.
brings up a name. Carly said Joe Flacco. All right. You know what? Sometimes
he still might be elite.
It still might be elite. Stop it. In Carly's eyes, Joe Flacco's perfect, and Joe Flacco will get all the goddamn respect he deserves.
I said he still might be elite. What did I say that's wrong?
You know, you said might.
Oh. I mean, we beat him last year.
Yeah, in Carly's eyes.
Sorry.
Carly, Joe Flacco's perfect. Show some respect.
Sorry.
But Holmes, I know what you're saying, but timing is everything. Some years you have the number 1 pick and it's Jamarcus Russell. Other years you have the number 1 pick and it's Joe Burrow. Timing matters. And I think if you're looking at the Jets and where we've been and how we brought in Sam Darnold, go look at the 18, 19, and 20 offenses that he had around him. Go look at Zach Wilson's depth chart where Corey Davis, who never had a 1,000-yard year, was supposed to be our best wide receiver, and Jets fans were going nuts about him, and he never really had anything decent go on for him in the NFL except hope. Now there's actual structure being put together where a young quarterback can come in and have a chance to succeed. It's the best opportunity, no matter who the quarterback is that we take in 27, he will have the best opportunity to succeed of any Jet quarterback since Sanchez.
Yeah.
Because Sanchez came into the finished product, the offensive line, the weapons. And when they didn't have enough weapons and they saw that there was something cooking here, they made the trades to get them. They added Edwards. They added Holmes.
Yep.
They brought in LT. They did everything they could to build around the young quarterback short term. The difference here with Muji is that all of these guys that we're mentioning, aside from Tittman and now Brees, are first contract players.
Yep.
That's huge in terms of building an offense, building a dynasty, and building a group of players who can come together and grow up and elevate until their 30s.
Yeah. I want to give a little bit of a shameless plug to one of my favorite podcasters, Kyle Krabs and Joe Marino, the Draft Dudes. Every year, right after the draft, they do a rookie quarterback environment grading system. They've been doing it. I've been following it at least since, I believe, the COVID year. I know they did the Zach Wilson year, and he graded out so poorly in 2021. Like one of their historic worst in their entire exercise type of grades. And it's based off pass catchers, coaching, offensive line, pretty much everything equates, even defense a little bit. If the Jets do what we think they're going to do this year with Geno Smith, anywhere from 6 to 9 wins, we'll give them a very big range. And they have 3 first-round picks that we think they're going to use on a first-round quarterback next year. Those grades in that environment exercise are going to be probably close to a top 5 in their entire thing, right? And we're talking about Trey Lance, the environment he adopted in San Francisco. That was like a 10 out of 10. Not they didn't grade it that, but that was like one of their best circumstances. He never played it down for the San Francisco 49ers. So the circumstances for the Jets are right there to be one of the better insert spots. Like Fernando Mendoza went into such a crappy environment with the Las Vegas Raiders, other than the fact that they have Clint Kubiak.
They're going to let Kirk Cousins go out there and get killed until they put him in.
Yes, exactly. So I don't really envy the situation that the Raiders are in. Yes, they have their quarterback and they feel really good about that perspective of it, but he's not going into a great situation. So the Jets have all the right pieces, and I hope it's those 2 guys, Muji and Glenn. And if it's not, and if it's only Muji and somebody else, that's fine too. But we've seen what the half measures do, keeping Rex and not the GM, or keeping the GM and not the coach, and whatever we keep doing back and forth. Just get rid of them both, or hopefully they're both back for year 3.
Yeah, and I keep saying that the best thing to happen to the Jets this year is, of the 3 first-round picks next year, ours is the worst. The Colts are the top 3, top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Cowboys or Packers end up in that 8 to 13 range, and we end up around 15 or 16. That would be ideal if we just missed the playoffs, and then we add 3 top 15 picks in this loaded class. Mm-hmm. That's how you turn this franchise around. And now you're bringing that quarterback in with 4 of the top 45 picks next year. You're adding the quarterback. You're probably adding some sort of defensive playmaker, either a corner, a safety, or a linebacker, if not 2 of those. And then you go get a center. And now you got everything you need, and you bring in the center and the quarterback together. And now you have an offense that is worth speaking about. That could really strike fear into teams around the league. So I get it. I want to win 2 homes, and I love you, brother. But I think that the patience here is the right move, because there's not anyone that we missed out on where, granted, there might be a 3rd-round quarterback or a 5th-round quarterback who catches lightning in a bottle, but none of us wanted that guy. None of us did. None of these guys that were mid-rounders are somebody that we wanted. Most people didn't want Simpson. It was Mendoza or bust. That's how this quarterback class was viewed.
Mm-hmm.
But next year, you got Manning, Mensa, Carr, Moore. You don't have to get to number 1. Remember the Denver Broncos sitting at 13, Dylan, when they
12.
got Bo Nix?
12, yep.
12? All right. They were at 12 and they got Bo Nix.
The 6th quarterback.
Yes. That's what next year is going to be like. There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks where if you have 3 and 8, you might be able to get your quarterback in 8, and you can take Stewart or Jeremiah Smith at 3, and you can add another elite player to this roster and then say, you know what? We'll take Carr or Mensa because we're good with 4 quarterbacks, and we don't think 4 are going to go in the top 8. So there's so many different scenarios that we don't know about, but I think it was the right move waiting. Yes, Holmes, I want to win. Yes, I want a top quarterback. Yes, I want the quarterback position to be like the offensive tackle position with the Jets. I don't want any more goddamn questions about it. I want to know who it is. I want to know that it's going to be there for a while, and I want to know that we're going to have a top-end player in the league. So I get your frustration.
Mm-hmm.
I love your passion, but I did have to come back at you there a little bit, and I hope you're still one of my homeboys.
I feel like the only name I could think of, and I jokingly said Shedeur Sanders, it would be Jackson Dart. And what it took for the Giants to have to get Jackson Dart, they traded up. They gave up a 3rd-round pick, I think it was, to jump up in the 2nd round. Like, that's the only name I can think of is, like, who would they have taken instead of Justin Fields or Geno Smith or whatever? Like, I feel like the only name I come back to is Jackson Dart, and that was not on their radar. I don't think he was anywhere near their radar.
Yeah, but you're going to have Chimway Okorafor at your right tackle with the rookie quarterback?
Well, I'm saying they would have had to take Membu
right
and trade up, or, you sacrifice Membu and you only have Jackson Dart. 100%.
And now you're still trying to solidify your line, and you got a young quarterback getting the shit beat out of him.
Yep.
Right? Like, I think they're finally building it the right way.
Yeah.
I really, truly do. And I think everyone knows how much I want to win. I know how much you guys want to win, but I would rather do it the right way. And we had a awful roster. We had a GM and an owner who tried to go all in 2023, and they brought in Tyron Smith, and they traded for Devontae, and they brought in Rodgers, and they brought in all these guys.
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, and none of them are here. So, again, the failure to build the team the right way has fucked us. And now we're building it the right way, but you got to be a little patient. And I know that sucks to say to this fan base. It sucks to say it after 16 years. But we had the Idzik years. We had the McCagnon moves. We had the remnants of Tannenbaum going all in and trading mid-round draft pick after mid-round draft pick for guys who were just a quick rental, wiping any middle talent and developmental talent off of your roster for an all-in move. Now the all-in move is to be all in long-term.
Yep. Yeah, and it's hard to, like you said, they're building it the right way. Like, perception-wise, yes, they're building it the right way. There's only one way to know if they're building it the right way, right? So it's hard to, like, fully agree to that point of it specifically. But, yeah, I mean, everything they've tried in the past fell flat on their face. So, like, will I be a little bit more hesitant to judge this process because it looks different in a more positive way? Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a little bit more grace. But we come to, like, week 6 and we're 1-4, 1-5, 2-4. Like, it's all the same. And it doesn't matter how you build it.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, since I have you on, and I don't know when we will get together again, I will ask you this. Any surprise cuts, maybe other positions? Is there a guy that you're just like, this guy's not making the team? Like, I've been saying Mozzie Smith. That's somebody that people had some hope for. I know with the additions that they made and his immobility, I don't think it fits what they want to do. You know, Sweat can move. Jackson can move. Onyemata can move. I feel that Mozzie Smith is just nothing. He was the lowest rated D tackle on PFF when we traded for him last year when he was the throw in the Quinnen deal. he was 68 out of 68, I think it was. But
yeah, that's not
he
good.
was the lowest rated guy.
Who do I think will be cut? This is a tough one. I feel like I'm gonna give you
Here's a question.
yes. I think so. I think Brownlee's safe. Even if he's not on the starting lineup, he's like Mitchell and Cooper or Brownlee and Ponds. You're going to do matchup based. If you're playing Brock Bowers and the Raiders and he's your power slot, you probably want Brownlee. If you're playing like Khalil Shakir and the Bills and he's a little bit smaller, shiftier, you probably want Ponds out there. So I think that's matchup based. All right, I'll give you two names. One's kind of a cop out. The cop out name is Andrew Beck. And I'd actually be a little upset if they didn't keep Andrew Beck because for a run heavy team, he's also a pseudo tight end type as well. So it's very I don't want to see Andrew Beck get cut. I think there's a role for him. But I'll kind of stay in the same mold and say Jelani Woods. I feel like they might swap him out with somebody, even though there is a little bit of history with Reich, and I don't think he's like awful when he got to play last year. They just didn't put him on the active roster for 10 weeks of the year. We just kept seeing Jelani Woods inactive. It was so frustrating. So I'd say Jelani Woods for offense. It's really hard on defense to find a player because everybody's either just got here or they're too young. Like Kiko Malinoa might be the one name that's like kind of fringe to cut, but that would mean Michael Walker and probably one other linebacker, Marcelino McCreary-Ball, is just absolutely dominating at the depth linebacker position.
You think McCreary-Ball? Don't forget, he was a captain last year for specials. Like,
yes,
I think they really like him.
They do.
He might make it for specials, you know?
Well, that's what I was just going to say. I do think McCreary-Ball has an easier path to making it as like the linebacker 4, and I think Kiko is linebacker 3. But if like a Michael Walker or one of the UDFAs or guys that they picked up off the street, if they like them a little bit better, who knows? So like I would say maybe Kiko would be the surprise cut, but it's really hard to pick a guy that like we have so many new faces on defense. I think it's like 11 new names. So it's hard to pick like a guy to cut on defense.
That's fair. DNY for life. Member for 13 months. Appreciate you. Love the convo. We will win 12 plus games next year. Still want a 27 QB. You both rock. We will be in the playoffs next year. Can't wait. JETS. Jet up. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for being here. Everyone hit the like button. Don't forget, this Sunday night, 7 p.m., we got this going on. We got Wayne Chrebet here, Mr. Third Down himself, my blackjack buddy. He will be live on the show. Help spread the word. If you follow me on X, if you follow me, The Nick Shine Show, on Instagram as well. I got all on Facebook. I'm making these things public to help share and get it out there into maybe some avenues where people don't know the YouTube world, which, Dylan, was one of the really big things that came out of this weekend. Like Mikey Hulkhands, who does the Jet chant at the games, like I didn't realize like the Jet YouTube like thing was like this big. You know, there was people who just have their groups, whether it's personal relationships, Facebook, you know, some people don't even know that there's this avenue out here where with this great community that we spend almost every day with. So it's pretty cool to watch this branch out into other fields.
Right.
But, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me while we hand it over to Tommy.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 let's go, baby.
Shout out to Cisco, who, ladies and gentlemen, you want a list of names. We got Legacy Green One. We got Big Islander Fan. We got Peter Castro. We got John LG. And we have the one and only Charles Gorman. Charles, you now have a job. You are a shiner for the next 30 days. Enjoy your role.
Oh, I was like, Nick, why are you
Oh, I
breaking
got
the
you.
news?
Oh man, you leaned in and everything. You bit. Oh yeah.
He
Now
had
you
me in the
got-
first half, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, the front nine. Look at that. See how we tie it all together here, ladies and gentlemen. And Charles, being grateful, says thank you for the membership. Cisco, you're the man. Peter saying thank you.
Shout out Cisco. The man. It's raining in the front of my house, but not the back of my house. And I don't know how to take this.
Like Diana Rossini. Wet in the front, dry in the back. Yeah, baby. I see you in the back. Bang, bang. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes I,
set you
get
up
a
for
little
that
feisty. John Hepburn here says, Nick, thank you for the cigar. John, my pleasure, man. It was great seeing you. John's been watching the show for a long time. And I saw him the other day. I was like, oh, you want a cigar? He's like, heck yeah, I do.
Hell yeah, dude.
So one of the many,
they changed
many
the rule
people
for you so that you could have cigars. They changed the rule for you at HQ too.
They did. They literally, Lou said to me, he's like, give me the bag. I'm like, I said the other day, I'm like, I got like 50 cigars I'm going to bring. He texts me. He's like, don't bring 50. I go, oh, I'll bring whatever I want, but maybe I'll just bring a certain amount down. I brought like a dozen down to the pool. And within 20 minutes, I was like, oh, I should have brought more.
Hell yeah.
But
awesome.
great time with everyone there. It was absolutely remarkable.
I heard
John,
Neil beat you in some
paying
kind
it
of cigar
forward,
race.
Dill.
Sorry.
What do you think about this? John
Oh,
LG just got a gift and said, you know what? I'm going to pay it forward. He gifted one that went to LV Lasso. Folks, don't forget, Sunday night when Wayne's here, we're giving away a Wayne Chrebet mini helmet, a Wayne Chrebet autographed jersey, and we could possibly give away an autographed Wayne Chrebet football as well. So, as always, you guys drive the show. Long story. There's some rough stuff going on with someone very close to me, and we were supposed to be away on vacation, and there's awfulness happening in her world right now. So I might be on tomorrow night. I'm not sure yet. I'm off tomorrow. I have a vacation day, so maybe during the day we'll pop on tomorrow. So keep an eye out for a pop-up show. Maybe I'll see if anyone's available to come on and join us. But yeah, but Saturday, nothing. And then Sunday night, 7:00, Wayne Epton Chrebet. I'm very, very excited for this. Everyone in the chat, if you are, I haven't seen anyone use this yet. Hold on. Am I going to be the first one to use it?
You got a Chrebet
Ladies and
emoji?
gentlemen, yeah, we got the Wayne Chrebet emoji. We added that today. I think I took out Geno. I did. I took out Geno Smith and we put Chrebet in.
I could say some things.
Listen. Geno goes for 4 touchdowns in Tennessee. He's
right back in.
He will be back in. But right now, I think we got to lower the bar. So we got Kevin Tatz. We got Joe Namath. We got Wayne. We got Membu. We got Brees. We got Wesley Walker. We got the big fella. We got Connie. We got Garrett Wilson. We got Cisco Lopez. We got David D, who I haven't seen in a while in the chat. You know what? I haven't seen David D in the chat since the big fella made him take a jersey that the big fella won. I have not seen him since that night. We got Knobcraft. We got Addy. We got the Jet alternate logo. We got Curtis. Sadiq. Of course, you got to pay tribute to Nick Mangold. Blitz BK.
Whatever one Cisco just posted, the text on that one in the chat is very... Because I can't see on StreamYard. I can't see the emoji. All I see is like...
Which Sadiq Freak?
No, the one between Puff Addy and Curtis.
Oh, that's Knobcrafts. It's called Jizzface. That's the name of the Knobcraft emoji.
Oh my gosh.
We got Ken O'Brien. We got 2 Ken O'Briens. We got a Titman. We have the Musician. We have the Nick Shine Show logo, and we have David Bailey, the monster. So we are, I know, Carly, I'm sorry. Big Islander fan, a good question. For those of you, like you're down south, DT, I don't know if you're aware of the end of days that is here right now.
The Ontario Fires that are giving
The
you guys
Ontario
orange smoke.
Fires. It is end of
That
beast.
happened a couple
like
years
stuff.
ago. That happened a couple
It
years ago
did?
when I was working, and I remember I was like, this is like some ominous ass shit, dude. Like I remember I was like, I want to take pictures of this, but I also
No. Oh. DT, baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see I was wrong with everything about you. DT, come back. You can put it all on me. DNY for life with a super chat while DT reboots. Gino is going to break all the passing records. I may be delusional, but I believe holding on to the rope. I'm hyped for this season. We do. I like it. I love the message. Oh, I went to click DT and he was there. He was moving. Dylan, if you're watching, you were moving. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you're back. See, my singing worked.
Cisco saw it. He knows. He's an upstate South Carolinian. These storms, they just immediately knocked out my power.
Yeah, DNY for life says he's hyped for the season. Gino's going to break the passing yards. Now, I've said this too. If Gino plays 17 games, he'll surpass 4,007 yards. I'm pretty confident with the cast of weapons that we have here.
Sure.
Touchdowns, I don't know, because I think we're going to be. I don't know if he pushes 28 or 30 passing touchdowns. I think let's go with 25, like 24, 25. But if we get a dozen rushing touchdowns on top of it, what's going on over there in that corner? Oh, poor Dylan. Chill, Gil. You're back.
I'm back. I'm here. I'm back.
Yeah, you just keep moving. You keep moving backstage, and I'll bring you back on. Oh, stop leaning forward. Every freaking time he looks up to the right, he freezes. This is fun. This is a nice game. What's going on up there? But Chill Gill gifted a channel membership. Thank you, Chill. Went to Daniel Diaz, 55.99. I appreciate you. Again, all raffle entries are doubled for Sunday. All right, DT is still frozen. Mr. Chill is here. He says, looking forward to Nashville. I am a Tennessee Jets fan and looking forward to you guys that show up. We will be there. Me, my son, Jake Asman, were on the first flight out on Saturday morning, and then we were on the first flight out of Nashville back on Monday morning. So looking forward to it down there, all the events, everything going on. That'll be us on the plane. Oh, that's all right. Let's bring that up. Where is it? That's why it's fun to have a producer, because he's added so many images. All right, we're going to do this live. We're going to transform this live on air. Boom. Save. Boom. Look at that. Right there, folks. That'll be us on the plane. And I love that AI knew I don't wear jerseys. Don't put me in a jersey. And I don't own them. I don't wear them. DT just texted me. His internet is down. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the Nick Shine Show Discord, we are dropping the link right now. Call-ins are there for you guys and gals. We got a couple ladies in the chat who are in the Discord. Be nice to hear from some of you we haven't heard from in a while. But yeah, it's going to be a fun time. And I think that as Jets fans who have been waiting for a reason to be excited, I think that we're going to get that week one. I really, truly do. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to end the poll right now. Why? 69% of you, of course, it's fitting on the Nick Shine Show. 69% of you believe that Arian Smith will make the roster. Jets Worldwide. Remember when we didn't have these crazy at names? Yeah. Remember when I was like the first show to have it and everyone was flipping out thinking that I did something? And I was getting such hate in the chat because I was the only show with it. John, I am working every avenue I can, my friend. I am working every avenue I can. I am calling in favors to many people, and I am trying to get some tickets. I know people are traveling for that day. I know that they're coming down for Chef Kevin's, but I am trying to get some tickets together. And if I do, obviously, me and my son will be first, and then we'll open it up in the Discord. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a caller. We have a baller. He wishes he was a little bit taller. Hello, Charles.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Nothing. I'm fine. How are you? How you doing with this weather? Does the smoke bother you, or are you just staying inside and staying safe?
I walked outside for a little bit. You know, it was nice. It wasn't too bad.
I mean, I'm not fucking around. For those of you who might not be in the Northeast with this, if you go outside and take a deep breath, it's like you're breathing in a fire pit. Like it's like there's a little hacky cough that comes along with taking a deep breath.
I mean, it's hot, don't get me wrong, but it felt nice to walk out of the house at that time. So
Oh no, not that. I'm talking the air quality, not the heat. The air quality.
the air quality.
The smoke, Charles. There's fires in Canada right now. They're rioting up there because US defeated them in their national sport of hockey in February.
That wouldn't surprise me if that shit did happen. I wasn't coughing when I went outside.
All right.
I didn't really taste the air quality, so
I'll look out for you, buddy. That's all.
I know you do. That was a good breakdown with you and Dylan Tereman in regards to the wide receivers.
Thank you,
I think
buddy.
if there's one wide receiver that has, I mean, I know Garrett's our number one. That's for damn sure. But if there's one wide receiver that I think can impress a lot of Jet fans this year, other than Omar Cooper Jr., is A.D. Mitchell.
Okay. I like it. I think he's going to have a significant role.
I think he will too, but I think he will have a lot of production. I don't think he'll have 1,000+ receiving yards. But I think he'll probably have around maybe 600, maybe 700 receiving yards and maybe between 5 to 7 touchdowns, maybe. Over close to maybe 60 receptions, maybe. I know that may seem a little too low to some people, but if there's one thing I do like with A.D. Mitchell is that he's got great speed, he's got great route running. I think now that he's working with Sean Jefferson this offseason, now that he's had a whole offseason to work with Sean Jefferson, I think his hands will definitely improve. I think his route running will definitely improve, and I think his production will go up because he does have a lot of talent on him.
Agreed. I agree. I agree with a couple of things you said there, Charles, and shout out to Charles A. Gorman, a legend on YouTube. Charles A. Gorman. Hold on. Now I have to tell you what I agree with. First, I was plugging your YouTube show for you free of charge, my friend. Now, I think Garrett's the only one that ends up with 1,000 yards receiving, but I think we have a bunch of guys between 500 and 900. And I think that could be the beauty of this offense is not knowing who you have to stop, not knowing where the ball is going. You know, that could be the beauty and not having the Higgins and Chase where you don't have to just, I mean, it would be a nice problem to have two top end guys like that. But how are you going to stop these guys? And that's where Geno comes in with picking his poison. Well, who does he want to go with? Who does he want to feed the ball to?
That's my thoughts exactly, too. I was actually trying to get there, but I probably worded it poorly. What I like about this offense is that you don't know who you're going to stop. Obviously, the number one threat in the receiving core is Garrett Wilson. He's got great route running ability. He's got good hands. He's got great twitchiness. And Vallis is Rookie of the Year for Sadiq. That's a possibility, but he's a tight end, though. Hashtag Diana Rossini. Wait, no, that's worded it poorly.
Hashtag I never see any quotes.
Quotes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you tried. You're getting there. You're getting there.
But who's gonna bring in to discuss the tight ends? I already did that already.
Tight ends are going to be Buffalo Jet Fan on Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Oh, okay, that's great.
Yep, Tuesday the 21st. Buffalo Jet Fan. Green Bean wanted to do a Wednesday. I'm waiting to hear back if next Wednesday works for him. He said he was going to get back to me. So Green Bean's doing defensive line. I would love to have this Sunday, Wayne Chrebet. Tuesday, Buffalo Jet Fan with tight ends. Wednesday, Green Bean with defensive tackle. And I got a couple other people that I have to reach out to and lock in those days and shows. But we got a lot of good things going on here and building up.
Show, dude. I told my dad about it. He's happy. He loves Wayne Chrebet.
We know. Your dad loves everybody. How about this, Charles? Give me a player that your dad didn't like.
Richard Todd. He didn't like him.
Okay. Dylan says, I hate Spectrum. Sorry about that, Nick and the Shiners. Yeah, Dylan sent me a video.
I'm sorry.
Stop talking over me. Yeah, I'm going to put you in timeout here for a second. Mute. Dylan sent me a video of the storm that's passing through his town right now, and it doesn't look fun. So, Dylan, I appreciate your time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, go subscribe to Dylan's YouTube show. The link is pinned. Show him some support. He'll have a lot of great content coming on as the season gets here. Charles, you're unmuted. Any thoughts?
Yeah, another Jet player my dad did not like. He didn't like Blair Thomas.
Okay. Nobody did. I don't think Blair Thomas's parents liked him after the shit he pulled here.
I'm trying to think what other player he didn't like. He wasn't crazy about Quentin Copels.
That's fair. All right. Well, the reason I'm asking, and I'm not busting your balls, but we always hear my dad loved that player. So I was like, you know what? Let's ask something different. We know everyone that Mr. Gorman loves, but I wanted to hear a couple names that he didn't love.
Also, said Richard Todd was definitely.
Is it true that Mr. Gorman does not like Eddie? He just likes Charles?
He loves us both.
Good answer, Charles. There you go. Good answer. I was trying to catch you there, maybe get you off guard. I was trying to be a little sneaky.
He respected
equally? Wait, equally? Does he love you both equally?
Of course.
Okay. Good follow-up, though. Go on. I'm sorry. Jets talk.
My father respected Mark Gastineau's talent, but he never really forgave him for that hit on Bernie Kosar. I think that's his name.
Kosar. Yeah, Bernie Kosar, who had one of the greatest curly-haired mullets there was back in the 80s.
Bernie was a good cornerback, too, back in the day for the Browns, too.
He was very good. Bernie Kosar was very good quarterback in the 80s. In a time where you could beat the crap out of a quarterback. He took a beating. They all did back then.
He wasn't part of the 83 draft, right? Bernie Kosar, was he like drafted in the 70s?
I don't think he's 83. '85.
Oh, he was drafted the year Jerry Rice was drafted.
He was the first pick in '85.
Really?
Kosar bypassed the traditional '85 NFL draft by exploiting a technical rule regarding his graduation timeline, which allowed him to maneuver his way to his hometown team. Because the Buffalo Bills held the top overall pick in the supplemental draft, the Browns traded 4 picks, their '85 and '86 first rounders, plus a 3rd and a 6th round pick to Buffalo to secure the right to draft Kosar. Interesting.
So Bruce Smith was drafted in the supplemental draft.
I forgot Bernie Kosar. Wow, he was around from I forgot Bernie Kosar ended his career in Miami.
I know he won a Super Bowl with the Cowboys as a backup.
93.
Yeah. But I mean, I know you bust my chops when I say my dad liked this player, my dad liked that player. There were a lot of Jet players. My dad had a lot of. I mean, he loved Marvin Powell. May his soul rest in peace. Marvin Powell was really good.
Very good. Elite.
just we've had I know we've had a lot of busts over the years too. We've also drafted a lot of really solid players over the years that unfortunately don't get the credit that they deserve.
Yeah, that's true. You know what, Charles? Praise comes with winning.
That's true.
You win, you're a legend forever. No matter what your role is on that team, you are a legend forever. You want an example? Look at this year's New York Knicks, right? Like you got guys who are role players, but you won, so you are a legend. Shamit is his name, right? Hit some big shots. Not a big
the
team, but he's a New York legend for the rest of his life for his role on the playoff run.
Jalen Brunson, I mean, even though he's a superstar on this team, he's a
superstar. But yes, but I'm saying, guy, if you win, you don't even have to be the top of the show talent to get the love long term. Yeah, there you go, Carly. I don't know anyone else besides Shamit.
Tyler Cole. I like him too. He's good.
I'll take your word for it. I'm unaware.
I know because not trying to be disrespectful, but you don't like to follow today's NBA. I remember you telling me that about.
Not a big fan. I watched the last 5 minutes of Game 5, and I counted 14 travels that didn't go called, and I was just like, I can't watch this. It's just not something that excites
me. I understand. Granted, I suck at basketball too. I understand. I mean, I'm sorry. I suck at basketball myself. I'm not very good at it myself, but trust me, I know that sometimes these referees let things go when they shouldn't have. Today's NBA is not what it used to be. It's not what like the NBA I grew up early on in my life. Thank you, Yo Holmes. Thank you, Yo Holmes. I appreciate the compliment. But the real legends are you guys in the chat. Truth is, I wouldn't be where I am as a YouTuber if it wasn't for you guys. Plus, I owe a lot to Jake Allen for reigniting my interest in being a YouTuber. So.
Charles, did you just win a fucking award and you're doing an acceptance speech? What the hell just happened here? Did you just get an ESPY? What was that speech?
I'm just being honest, bro. Like, what do you want me to do?
God first, Charles. How do you not thank God first?
Well, I do thank God for putting me on this planet, even though it's got problems. I still thank God for that. But the most important thing is where I am as a YouTuber. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. And Jake Asman, of course, but for reigniting my interest in being a YouTuber.
All right.
So
now, as always, Charles, and I might try to sneak this question in with Wayne Chrebet. Favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal.
I need video of Clancy reacting if I sneak that question into Chrebet. Clancy, I need you recording yourself on Sunday because you'll lose your fucking mind if I drop that question.
It's funny. I think he may have a favorite. I don't know what it is, but if you ask Wayne Chrebet that question, I don't think he would mind. Look, man, we all have favorite foods. We all have least favorite foods. We all have what we like, what we don't. I mean, Wayne Chrebet's human like everybody else.
He is. And he's got an expression. Movies, music, candy. That's his. It's like 3 things that he knows very, very well: music, movies, and candy. He said it to me in Snowball multiple times on Sunday.
I'm glad. It's funny.
Wait. Hold on, Charles. Clancy, I'm not trying to date him. That'd be great. Wayne Chrebet just goes, bro, we're trying to talk about my career. You're asking me about Clancy or about cereal. I ain't got time for that.
But
Clancy, I'm fucking doing it. I will get it in there at some point. I promise you.
I will be there and I will laugh my ass off when you do that.
Charles, there will be your Charles Gorman inspired question, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see where the conversation goes, but I'll have some ideas in my head.
Look, it's a shame I didn't get to see him play.
Shit.
What?
My coffee cup was blocking that somebody else had clicked in. I don't know how long you've been there, but hello in the back.
It's a shame I didn't see him play. I mean, I know I'm somewhat of a late bloomer when it came to being a Jet fan in the later 2000s.
Yeah.
But I know he was good. I know he's a good man. I know he was a great player for the Jets.
Great
I know
player.
he's still widely regarded as one of the greatest undrafted free agents in NFL history.
It
Guy
was a
went
short
to
list,
hospital.
right? You got James Harrison on the defensive side. You got Chrebet on the offensive side. Like,
Kurt
I'm
Warner
sure
was
there's others,
undrafted.
but James Harrison, I always think of defensively, and Chrebet offensively.
That's not bad, but then you can't ignore Kurt Warner. He was undrafted, and look at him now. He's one of the greatest underdog stories in NFL history, and he's a Pro Football Hall of Famer. I mean, I'm not going to name every single because we'll be here for too damn long. I don't take up everyone else's
No,
time.
go ahead, Charles. Start naming them.
Tony Romo. He was an undrafted free.
Bum. Next.
Bum.
Who?
He thought he was a bum.
Tony Romo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
You said we'll be here for too damn long. Is that a...
It was a joke. Hold on 1 second.
Oh. He's Charles. You know Charles is the thinking man when he throws the arm back over the chair. Ladies and gentlemen, another thinking man joining the show right now. Hello, Mr. Weed the People. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Nick Shine. Nick the Shine. How are you?
Oh, John Randall. Very good one, Holmes. Very, very good.
Hell yeah.
The eye black that he used to wear, he looked like a psychopath. It was great. I have a question for you, sir.
Hell yeah.
Are you around tomorrow?
Oh, unemployed, Nick. I'm always around.
Well, I don't know if you had things to do or physical therapy or something like that.
I do have physical therapy at 12:15. I'll probably get out of that at like 1.
Wise ass.
Probably get out of that at 1.
Your plot's been fooled. I don't know if I'll get there, but I got the cable guy coming tomorrow. We're switching internet from Xfinity to Optimum.
He'll be there anytime.
Supposed to be 8 to 11. I called my buddy who lives in your town, and I was like, hey, I need a first appointment. Get me an in-house guy. He goes, we don't do that no more. What do you mean? He goes, there's no more field service department with Optimum. It's all contractors, and they have no say in it. So I'm like, great. Guy could be here at 2 p.m.
Damn.
But we're going from 1 gig to 8 gig on the download.
Yeah, they'll be there between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
And Sunday.
Yeah.
But I will reach out to you tomorrow. For those of you that don't know, Eli Betts won the Don Maynard autographed mini helmet, and I was going to have it shipped directly to Weed. He goes, fuck you, you cunt. Get it shipped to you and come deliver it to me so I could see you. It's pretty much exactly what you said.
You live right here in Jersey.
Yeah, so I will. I'll take a ride down there tomorrow. I'll come see you. What time you get out of therapy? An hour?
12:15. I'll probably get done around 1. Probably get home around 1:30.
All right. Let me see how the morning goes. I'll message you, and I'll talk to you in the morning.
Yeah,
But I'll come see you one way or the other. Whether I grab you from therapy and we go get lunch or something like that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're a couple of smart men. Also, thank you, Eli. I appreciate it very much. That's mighty white of you.
Is.
Yeah.
But it's just people in this community being awesome.
I do want to go to Union for. I want to try that Crystal's place, the sliders. That place looks good.
What do you want to try?
Crystals, like the place with the sliders. It's like
Union Beach or Union up the Parkway, 140.
Union up Parkway, 140.
Okay.
Highway 22.
Hot 22 used to be.
I used to live 2 minutes away from 22.
So many great memories at that place. So for those of you that don't know, quick story, there was an all-nude establishment built in the front of a bowling alley. It was just planted in the front of a bowling alley. Good times there. Yeah.
Many good
times. So what's on your mind with the Jets, my friend?
Not much. I'm excited to see them play. Excited to see Wayne Chrebet. I kind of kind of insulted him the last time I seen him. It was when I went to the training camp. It was him and Laveranues Coles. And I walked up to Coles in my football. I was like, bro, I was like, you're my favorite fucking Jets wide receiver of all time. And I looked over at Wayne Chrebet. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, you too. I don't know if he remembers it, but that shit was funny.
Nice.
I got them both. They both signed the ball for me. So, yeah.
We got a little thing we're going to do right now. This picture was uploaded earlier. Shout out to the producer, Cisco. The first person in the chat who can tell me what player this is wins a raffle entry for Sunday night. Well, actually, 2 raffle entries because all raffle entries are doubled. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. We lean in. You're eligible. You don't know who it is. Who is this player?
God damn. That could be anybody.
Thank you for narrowing it down, sir. It's not Cade Klubnik.
He's between 5'3" and 6'3". Wears Nikes.
It is not Derek Adios. It is not Nguanu. It is not him. It is not Cisco.
Oh, is that Johnny Boy? No, it wasn't.
I'm trying to figure out. It is not Keydron Smith. I don't know. It is not Wayne Chrebet. He's on the active roster. It is Weed. I can't see this. Read this name.
Mike Roch.
Nice.
Is he a starter?
It's not Eric Barton. It's somebody on the active roster.
Is he a starter?
No. I will. All right. I'll give it another couple seconds. It is. Yes, it is Charles Gorman, ladies and gentlemen. Good job, Jerome.
I had a feeling.
I'll tell you this. He was discussed tonight. DT and I discussed this player.
Damn it. Homework?
It is not AZ. Yeah, paying attention is not your strong suit. I'm sorry,
Arian Smith?
It is not Arian Smith. You're close. It is not Reynolds.
God damn.
It is Ariana Grande. It is not Mitchell.
Fuck.
It is not Isaiah Williams. I didn't think that this was going to be this difficult.
This is rough.
It's not Garrett Wilson, which would leave Brian Glick coming in with Tim Patrick.
Wow.
Yes, it's Tim Patrick.
God damn it.
We named every guy to catch a pass for the last week.
Damn.
Coach Brian Glick gets it. I meant for last year.
We just signed him too, right?
Yes. And we had this image up. And I said that I'll bring this image up at some point. And I love that it's isolated where he just looks like he's chilling. He just pops up on the screen with us. He's got the Nick Shine Show background going on.
You can't see the jersey number or anything.
I really want to see Garrett Wilson in the open field with the ball, just time and time again, man. I think this.
I'm very excited about this wide receiver core. Very excited.
Yeah.
You guys have already got over every reason why Garrett Wilson is going to be a beast. Omar Cooper's going to be a beast.
I love Yo Holmes. I really do. You guys a 10-year vet and nobody knows what he looks like. Yo, but he's got the pension, bro. He's in the union, man, for the rest of his life.
Unbelievable.
Shout out Adirondack Fly Guy gifting a channel membership that went to Darnell Robinson. Appreciate you, AFG.
Hell yeah.
Folks, don't forget, again, this will be our... maybe not. Maybe I'll do tomorrow. But this could be our last show before Sunday night. I won't know what tomorrow is going to be like until tomorrow. So, Sunday night, 7 o'clock. Wayne Chrebet will be here. I'm going to start at 6:45. Producer Cisco Lopez is working on a tribute video for Wayne. We'll play that. We'll do the opening and hopefully get Wayne on here at 7. So very excited for this and very, very blessed. I can't be more grateful than the life that I'm getting to live right now, and having Wesley and then Connie and then Ken O'Brien and then Wesley with Ken and now Wayne Chrebet and hanging out with them this weekend.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know how to describe this. I really keep saying to myself, man, if this is a dream, I don't want to wake up.
Yeah, it's fucking dope.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, man. So did you hear the story that I busted Wayne's balls in email yesterday?
No, I heard your story about him shoulder checking you.
So he got back to me yesterday, and he was like, let's talk on Saturday and lock everything in, but I'm good for Sunday night. I was like, all right, perfect. I'll reach out to you Saturday. I go, I need your email. And he sends me the email, and then it's got Yahoo at the end. And I just reply, because me and him were busting each other's balls like the whole day Sunday. So I just kept it going. I'm like, Yahoo? 3 question marks. I go, God, you're a dinosaur, and I love it.
I use Yahoo.
Point proven.
I'm a young buck. I'm not a dinosaur. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry. Please forgive me.
I got these boyish good looks. Don't let the beard fool you.
Please forgive me. I'm out of line.
Don't let the beard fool you.
59 days, Brian. I love it. Brian, you gotta start posting the players with the number in the Discord every day.
It's gonna fly by. May, June.
It's less than 2 months.
Yeah, May, June.
Just think,
and July
2 months ago was like we were getting ready for the draft. And now 2 months from now, we'll be hopping on a plane, a lot of us, to go to Nashville from all over the country. I'm very excited.
This summer's fucking flying by, man.
It really is. Oh, my God. I missed a super chat. Forgive me. Lou B says, how are they going to play Sunday in this smoke?
Very carefully.
Oh, the World Cup. It took me a second to think what he
I
was asking.
I wonder what the Europeans are thinking about this fucking smoke from Canada.
Canadians are sabotaging America. They're going to want the game moved to Vancouver on the other side where there's no smoke.
Seriously.
They'll figure it out, Lou. Listen, it is what it is. They're going to play it. They play in downpours. They play in everything else. But, unfortunately, this is something they're going to have to deal with. Big Islander fan, member of the channel for 17 months. Thank you, sir. Please remind me of Bernie Kosar. I still feel the pain after dancing around the living room and high-fiving my dad after McNeil scored. Yeah, that playoff game was one of the first games I kind of remember. Kind of remember that. Tim Hortons Patrick. That's pretty funny, Chris. Yeah, we're very close to training camp, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing this team come together. I'm looking forward to the wide receivers, and I'm telling you, man, I think Armand Membu is going to be the story of training camp with how he looks, how he's moving. I think he's going to be really, really phenomenal for us, man.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, kid. I'm actually I've been apathetic since 2021 for the most part, except for the Rodgers year. But I feel a little bit of a positive note on this for the season coming up.
We're on the come up, right? Like with all these young guys, like you want to look at young guys on first contracts on the offense. Garrett Wilson is technically still on his first contract because the extension doesn't kick in until next year.
Everybody we got from the draft, all our draft picks, all of our offensive, they're all a bonus. The only thing that matters that we have is the offensive line.
Yeah,
receivers
even that, you got Olu.
Have an offensive line. I don't care who our receivers are, our running backs, our fucking quarterback. As long as we have an offensive line that'll protect them. Well, as long as it's not Justin Fields.
Yeah, you got Olu, you got Membu. Stop over me, Charles. You got Olu, Membu. Tittman is still on his first year. The extension doesn't kick until next year. You got Brees, who just got his extension. You got Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, Taylor. You got Sadiq. You got so many guys who are on their first contract. So I think that if you can't get excited about the potential of this offense and the long-term potential of this team, then I don't know what to tell you. But when you break it down by position, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Knock on wood, if something does happen to Gino and Sunday comes in, I think he'll be fine behind the offensive line.
You know what, Clancy? When Weed does a show now, because Weed has his own YouTube channel, folks. When he does a show, I just say, you know what? I do the Chris B. I'm there in spirit, Weed, because I know you're just going to talk over me. So I'm there in spirit.
I'm very good about that. I actually don't.
Nice.
You just have a habit of starting talking at the exact same time every time. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
My
like
fault.
this.
I'm sorry. It was
Like
scissor.
this, Nick, you know.
Yes, for scissor. Nice.
Fucking scissoring timbers.
Yes. I'm gonna binge that one day. Like, I need a day where I don't do anything, and I'm just gonna go binge South Park and watch a whole season.
I do it every now and then. Got to do it every now and then.
I don't have any downtime though. That's the thing right now.
True. I mean, I'm at the point where I could fucking put it on my phone and put headphones in and put my phone in my pocket and just listen to episodes.
Yeah.
Also,
Is that your
my phone.
That's your text message? That's your text message?
Yeah. Hey, Panda Bear from South Park.
Nice.
Well, he's like, we don't take kindly to your type around here, Panda Bear. Sexual harassment panda. They wrote that episode the day after they finished Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. They don't even remember fucking writing the episode.
Nice. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I gifted a membership as we're winding down the show here, and it went to Bob, who just commented in the chat and said, "What up, Nick?" Well, that's what's up, Bob. I'm showing you a little love. Enjoy the emojis.
Hell yeah. Good deal.
Oh, I love this right now. Just got a tweet from Ian Rappaport. The insiders on the NFL Network. The Patriots face a much harder road than they did last year, and they loaded up for it. You know what? I can't wait till week 6. October 18th, Jets at Patriots, and A.J. Brown and Mike Vrabel fight on the sideline.
We're going to sweep the division.
God, talk dirty to me, Weed. Tell me more.
Tell me more.
Sweeping the division. My God.
That's right, Bill. I'm loaded up.
Lose our mind.
It's going to be dope.
Forget going 6-0 in the division. Just winning 6 games in a freaking season would make us lose our mind. And there's 11 other games we didn't even account for yet.
Yes, it's true.
Shout out to DNY for Life for gifting a channel membership, ladies and gentlemen. That went to Jake Asman. Look at that. Giving big gift out. Thank you. Folks, if the big fella's here, he's going to mute him immediately. So I want to get this comment in from 6 Rings. So you think AJ will get 1,300 yards or will decline? I do not think he will get 1,300 yards. I think he will read 1,300 books on the sideline as he's pouting, and Drake May comes back down to earth.
Yeah,
I think the Patriots will be a middle-of-the-pack team this year. I think they could be 2nd, maybe 3rd if we catch lightning in a bottle and stay healthy. I don't believe in them at all. I think last year was an absolute farce and a fluke, and they're going to fall from grace big time. Big Super Bowl hangover coming in.
I read his chat. It looked like it says, so you think OJ will get 1,300 yards? If you read it on the side before you brought it up on the screen, it looks like OJ.
He put a ton of miles on the truck that night when Al was driving around.
Tons of them.
Listen, I know the Knicks won the title this year, and I know Knicks fans are like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. But for me, whenever I think of the Knicks in the finals, I will think of OJ, the OJ chase going on during the Knicks-Rockets finals game, and my father making me stand up and hold the rabbit ears perfectly because I was the best in the family with holding the rabbit ears. Like Cheers was a radio program to me because I was standing behind the damn television all the time.
So what happens when you're the tallest? You get bunny ear duty.
Yeah.
I never had to worry about that.
Who knows all the damage that did to me?
Yeah. You might be getting a settlement soon.
Already?
Who knows?
Wow. Good luck.
I don't know. We'll say. I didn't get the shot today. I thought I was gonna. We just made an appointment for it for my back.
Say that again. I'm not hearing you clearly.
My fucking. I was supposed to. I thought I was going to get a shot in my back today, and it wasn't the shot. It was an appointment to make an appointment, which is really strange.
Well, give me all that info tomorrow.
Yeah. But everything's going smoothly.
Oh, that was the OJ day. Yeah, 6/17. Fuck.
I was
Bill
but
has
a
a
young
question for you.
5-year-old.
Are you doing a show tonight?
I don't know. Depends on if Addy does or not. But we'll see. I'm not doing much at all tonight. So.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna wind this bad boy down here, and I'm gonna hit the sauna. Do you see the picture in the Discord? The sauna that I got. Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm in love.
Saunas are the shit.
I love it. I love it. And
how does it work?
So it's got like it's not very tall. Like you'd love it. You could probably stand up straight in the goddamn thing.
Probably.
But obviously the heat in there and the little box coil thing, the heat rises. I'm not breaking news here, but it's hotter up top than it is in the bottom. So like there's times where like I'll stand up and have to like arch my upper body, and as soon as I do, I start pouring sweat from the heat being so high up.
Yeah.
So I got to adjust it, maybe bring the box down. It's very difficult how the clamp is set up on this design. For someone with larger hands like me, it's tough to like get it in place, but to unscrew it, the bolt pops out. It was very, very difficult to do.
Yeah, sausage fingers.
I want to lower that so there's more of area above the heater.
Yeah, it still sounds dope. Saunas are fucking sweet.
Yo, Holmes, you come on by.
You can't smoke a cigar in a sauna.
No, not it. Well, no, it would be smoke a cigar and then go in the sauna, or go in the sauna and then have a cigar. Not at the same time.
I would try. I'd be the one that tries.
I'm good. Well, that's the thing. The sweat goes down, so eventually it gets down to the feet. But yeah, dude, I went in there the other day and I had a bathing suit on, and I had the work shirt on. Oh, you saw the picture I posted.
Yeah.
And I had like the pool shoes on, so like my feet don't slip, because obviously with what happened with Tomageddon, I'm afraid of falling or slipping.
You gotta watch that.
I loved it. It took a little while for it to think to heat up. Here's the thing that's crazy. It's got a big zip up door, and it says warm it up for 10 minutes. I warm it up for 15 minutes. But then you have to open up the zip up door, and it's like completely wasted, and it starts from scratch
all that
again.
hair's gone.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I don't get it, but at least the machine warms up and then it kicks in quicker. But
yeah, at least it'll warm up faster after you let it warm up a bit.
Yeah, but Weed, I appreciate you, brother, and I'll reach out to you tomorrow when the cable guy's finishing up and see where we're at.
Oh yeah.
All right, brother.
Have a good sit and sauna, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, but Clancy, it's nice to like turn it on and then like go do stuff and like, okay, let this warm up. But it's just, I don't know. That's the little design flaw, right? Like you got to get in there, but it's part of it. Whatever. There's bigger issues in the world. I'm not making an overly big deal about it. Yo, Holmes, AVT as a Patriot is going to be interesting to watch. Yeah, I hope Massachusetts has really good workman's comp insurance. I do. He's a nice guy, but whatever. I don't wish injury on anyone. I just can't foresee that guy staying healthy. He just seems to snap in a different place every time. I feel bad for him. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great leader. He got voted captain here. and then that happens. So with our luck, this will be the place that he turns it around. With our luck, this is where he goes all pro. I get that. I know I'm probably not the only fan thinking that could be what happens here. But personal level, I wish him well. Professional level, I hope his team loses every week. But ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Shout out to Dylan Tereman again for coming on the show. Appreciate Dylan for being here. Shout out to Cisco for putting all the imagery together. And ladies and gentlemen, the next time you see me, well, maybe on Sunday night, we will have Wayne Chrebet, Mr. Third Down, right here on the program. Looking forward to this. Again, follow Nick Shine at Nick Shine Show on X, Nick Shine Show on IG, Nick Shine Jr. on Facebook. We're going to be, I'm using my Facebook now more as to promote the show on a different avenue. So had emojis. Now I don't. Oh, the expiration Clancy, check your email. If you check your email, it tells you the exact minute your gifted membership is going to expire. Oh, Bob went to the same high school as Wayne. Nice. Yeah, I found so much out about Wayne the other day that I didn't know. You know, just on a personal level, not professional. But it is wild, right? But it just goes to show the consistency of when the show is on the same time now. But ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Big things going on here. We still have lined up Earl Christie from the Super Bowl III team, which will be in early August, and we will see what other connections we get. As always, you are the awesome chat. I am Nick Shine. Show produced by Cisco Lopez. Blitz BK with the beats. Take us out, baby, baby. Good night, everyone.
Yo. Engines roar when the jet takes flight. Green lights glow in the Jersey night. Skyline lit when the squad ignite. Gangrene rolling near the jet takes flight. Yo, every show we bring the jet so through the speech is clear. Real fan talk, we survive rebuilding years. Seen quarterbacks come, we seen them disappear. Still solid with my team, no bandwagons here. Green stitch to my fibers, won't switch to the Niners. Quick like Vic, I see victims in my visor. Jet gloss is heavy, but the pride is never left. Stood 10 toes down when the season felt like death. New season feels like fresh air. New OC and QB, man, I always love the fresh pair. Like the man Jordans that I'm rocking with my Jets gear. Hoodie but no cap out, never play it off, but we gotta get the Jets there. Let's share ideas for this team for this next year. It's fair to think we'll do better in those big chairs. Shit, yeah, hire Dream Bean to run this shit here. Take this playoff streak and make it disappear. Engines roar when the jet takes flight. Green lights glow in the Jersey night. Skyline lit when the squad ignite. Gangrene rolling, yeah, the jet takes flight. Jet takes flight.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 let's go, baby.